Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Serein and my channel is called Dress Yourself Happy. Today is a new Tester Tuesday video. I am going to be reviewing a new foundation. It's going to be a first impression in-depth review on the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion Foundation. All of my first impression foundation review videos, I do half my face, close-up, show you the difference between product with no product, and then I do close-ups seconds throughout the day with my final thoughts at the end of the day on how the product is wearing, whether or not I feel this product is good for me or you, and just help you guys out the next time you're shopping and looking for new products to try out yourself. So let's move into the product review. Face is clean. So you're gonna open that up. It's gonna have this little cushion. It says to apply it on your face with the cushion, but I am going to use half my face with the cushion, the other half with a brush, just to see how it works. And also I will apply primer on half my face and no primer on the other half. So you're gonna rip that sticker off, and it's just like a typical cushion compact with the little seal. You wanna make sure you hear that little click whenever you have a packaging like this, because if you don't click it, it's going to dry out. Right side of my face is going to have my typical Hourglass Veil primer. Left side of my face is going to be bare. Sorry if you hear chewing. Dolly is sitting at my feet chewing her bone, and she's probably like the loudest bone chewer for the tiniest dog in the world. Going in with Nude 3.5 or Neutral 3.5. I'm actually going to pull some of the product off of this because I feel like it's so wasteful to not. And then I have to say the coverage is actually really nice. I'm going to zoom you guys in and we'll go through it a little bit, but it's a lot of coverage in a good way. I think I missed a spot. That's the thing. I'm not crazy about using this for the full application because like I can miss spots. So this is what it looks like. No makeup, and you can see my forehead. The color's not perfect. Definitely need to find like the perfect color. I'm a little bit paler and I don't have a paler shade. They do make paler shades. I'm just gonna dip the product in like that. Dip the brush into the product. No primer, using a buffing brush. Primer with the applicator that came with the foundation, and you can just see this is like a little bit more porcelain-like, more flawless, very poreless. This side looks a little bit less covered, a little bit less product, less of the color was like pulled onto my skin. Part of me thinks it might be because I used a primer, and the other part of me thinks that also with the way this applies, a lot of product is concentrated onto the skin. Okay, it is now 12 p.m. in the afternoon and I have the rest of my makeup except for my lips on because I'm about to head to a Rimmel London event, which I'm very excited about because I really love their Stay Matte powder, their eyeliners, and some of their lipsticks. I really think this is looking good. I feel like I'm okay going out to an event with this foundation, and I'm just going to do a close-up showing you what it looks like with all of the rest of my makeup on. I don't know why my bronzer always looks patchy on camera on like one side of my face. Like this side looks okay, but this side doesn't, and I buffed it in. So I think maybe I have a little bit of dryness and that's what's happening. But yeah, excuse my random cheek that doesn't look that great. Or it could be lighting. I really think that with the primer, you're definitely going to see a smoother complexion versus this side, where you can also see like it didn't blend as nicely without the primer with my bronzer. This side just looks a lot more flawless. Primer looks better so far, no primer. And I think this is the first Tester Tuesday foundation video since I've started doing primer and no primer, where I noticeably see a difference, primer versus no primer, like a big difference I feel like. And I will check in a couple hours to show you how it looks in outside light. Hey guys, it is now 3:52 p.m. So I've had this stuff on for almost 4 hours, and I have to say that the foundation's looking really good. Like, my skin looks really smooth, especially on the primer side, and then on this side it looks okay. It's just I feel like I had little dry patches here, so my makeup didn't blend as well as I typically prefer it to. So that's why I feel like my bronzer and blushes don't always blend. If it's like a little bit patchy, then the makeup like sticks and it doesn't provide a nice smooth surface. But I'm getting a little shiny on the nose, not too bad, nothing that I can't fix with like a napkin if I choose to. I'm really impressed though with the coverage, and so far it's lasting really well, and it's about 80 degrees in LA today, so I've been warm, so I'm getting gas. Now 6 p.m. in the evening, and my last check-in was not that long ago, but I thought I'd show you what it looks like because I want to blot, because we're going out and I really want to blot. So let me zoom you in. You can definitely see the difference between primer and no primer, and after like 6 hours you really see the difference. Like, just look at that. So it's not super oily, but I just feel more confident if I could blot right now, so I'm gonna do it on camera. Also, I already look kind of weird because half of my face is way more made up than the other half. The oil is mainly on my T-zone where I typically get oily, but my dry areas, this product is wearing really nicely on my cheeks, which is typically where I'm drier. And my forehead isn't super oily either. It was really just my nose. And now that I blot it, it looks a lot more matte. This side also didn't seem to look as oily without the primer. I'm not sure why. Maybe because I have more dry patches, but it also didn't have as much coverage. So I will be back in a few more hours with my final thoughts and final check-in. I've had the foundation on for just over 8 hours, and I have to say I'm quite impressed with this side of my face. So if you're going to use this product immediately, I do recommend using the sponge that comes with it, even though I prefer the application of a brush. The brush just did not give it as much of a coverage as the little spongy thing that comes with it. I would suggest probably washing this every few uses because that could get kind of gross, or you could get those disposable sponges, or maybe use a beauty blender. I'll try this out with a beauty blender and update you guys either on my blog, Snapchat, Periscope, or on here in one of my favorites videos. I am impressed with the coverage, and I also do recommend using some sort of a primer, whatever fits your skin type. I really do feel that the primer helps give it that nice clean smooth layer to apply the product onto it. Because this is such a lightweight formula, I think it tends to cling a little bit to any of the rough parts of my skin. You can definitely fix it with a primer. On this side, you could see everything is still there. The coverage is still there. I did blot on camera for you guys, so otherwise the nose would get shiny, and I would recommend that you bring blotting sheets with you, or you bring some sort of powder to absorb the oil if you're super oily in your T-zone like I am. It was also pretty warm today, so not only was it warm, I was pretty sweaty, I also just get oily on my nose pretty much all the time. My only real concern is that the puff is gonna get kind of gross, even though I love the way that it applied the product. Not necessarily the most easy way to blend the product, but the best way to get that full coverage from the product. Super lightweight, didn't budge, didn't really go anywhere, especially on the side that I had primer and used the puff. I'm pretty impressed with the coverage. It is pretty long lasting. It works well with my oily combination dry skin. So if you have super dry skin, this will work if you use a hydrating smoothing primer. There's tons of those out there. This would also work for oily girls if you have a little bit of oil. Just make sure you use the mattifying primer and bring along a blotting sheet just in case. And if you're super oily, you know you're going to have to retouch with a blotting sheet at the very least, or use a good mattifying primer on your nose. I'm pretty impressed with this product. My other concern is I did hear from you guys on Periscope when I was chatting with you that a couple of you guys had an experience where the product did dry out on you. Of course, this is a first impression, so I don't know yet. A bunch of you guys were also saying that it doesn't come with a lot of product. It comes with 0.51 ounce of product. It's a cushion compact, so hopefully you don't need to use as much product for it to apply all over your face. We'll find out, because I'll keep using this and I'll see if it kind of runs out quickly on me, if I notice that it's only half an ounce, and if it dries out on me even with me closing it really tightly and everything like that. Those are my final thoughts. I do like the product. I think it's a good quality drugstore product, whether or not it's drugstore or high-end. You know, I don't discriminate. I feel that if drugstore is going to come out with a product, it should be just as comparable as high-end products, because the product range from the drugstores are growing and the prices are going up. So if they're gonna raise their prices, I feel like they should still be just as good. And L'Oreal comes out with some of my favorite products. I feel like they're still high quality. They're not like, oh, just because we're drugstore, we're going to cheap out on the packaging or the product. I really, really love the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte 24-Hour Foundation, which I have a first impression Tester Tuesday review on here as well, and I'll have that linked in the cards above my head or in the description box below. But that's kind of the only drugstore foundation I have been using, and now of course I will be using this one as well. I do wish the color range was a little bit easier to match, because with the Infallible foundation and their other True Match foundations, you're able to see it through the packaging, and this one, because obviously it's not a clear packaging, you can't see it. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's Tester Tuesday video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you did not, give it a thumbs down. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, because it really helps me out. Also, I upload every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday, but coming up I will be adding bonus upload days, which is why it's so important to subscribe, so you'll see those bonus videos in your subscription feed and you won't miss an upload. You can also follow me on any of my social medias, always linked in the description box, and this way I always announce on my social media as well if there's a bonus video or things that you might want to know about, like giveaways. Hint, hint. If you are new to my channel is called Dress Yourself Happy because I truly believe in helping you guys, motivating you, and inspiring you to feel and look your best from the outside in. I know when I feel and look better on the outside, I'm able to deal with whatever I'm dealing with on the inside, and I've struggled with anxiety and depression. So a lot of times I let it get the better of me, but if I just slap on like some mascara and concealer, I just feel 100 times better, and I'm able to go out into the world and deal with what I have to deal with. So I hope that speaks to you. I hope that my videos motivate and inspire you, or at the very least entertain you and take your mind off of whatever it is you needed to take your mind off for a few minutes. And I hope to see you guys soon. Don't forget to check out everything in the description box, product links, frequently asked questions, my blog link. I am doing a lot of blog posts, and I do a lot of giveaways on my blog now because it's just easier for me to embed the widget. I also have a Snapchat, a vlog channel, lots of fun things, and I would love to see you on all of my platforms. So until then, I will see you next time. Bye!